Hi, welcome to cast. Um, Professor Ruff, late at night trying to drop a content, and I have something to share. In my previous videos, I wanted to share some of my back and forth with some females that I met on dating websites, and I I have about three good ones, but there's a particular conversation that I want to share that demonstrates the problem in the dating game. For me, I no longer date. I don't date. Um, Shoot, I don't even chase women. It is what it is, you know. um, does that mean I can take a woman out? Yes, I will, but I don't consider it dating. And if there's some form of attraction or likeness and it goes into something that is going to be meaningful, then okay, I'll just rather start courting you because I'm courting you with intentions. But dating just to be hanging out, going to bowling and wearing matching shoes and taking pictures for the gram and all that stuff, all that dating stuff. Um, I have resigned long time ago, a couple of months ago. I don't date. But anyway, enough about me. I wanted to share something. Um, anyway, before we go into the conversation, which is the content for this video, I just wanted to share something that I've seen on the Instagram. So this is an Instagram meme. I don't know if you can see it. So uh, I wish I can share it on here. What's this right here? That's a share. Maybe I need to play around with this YouTube studio. I was on a stream yard live, and I have to buy the software. When I have the money to buy the software, I will buy it. But for now, YouTube live will do. Um, anyway, I'm not sure. I can see. Oh, anyway. I wish I could share it on here, but anyway, there's this guy. He's sleeping on the air mattress that is deflated. It's funny. It's a funny video. I took it from um, a comedian that I grew up with. She normally posts funny memes and funny videos on her IG page, and I thought this was funny. And this guy is sleeping on air mattress that is partially deflated, comfortable, just taking a Z's. And I think it was DJ Self. I saw it on DJ Self's IG. I remember now. And he says somewhere in America there are eight women fighting with each other to be with him. This guy that looks like he's lazy, messed up apartment, sleeping on a deflated air mattress. So there are eight women fighting for him, fighting each other to be with him. It's 3 p.m. and he's sleeping like a baby after a long night of playing on his PS5, smoking weed, drinking Hennessy, and smashing the ninth chick that paid for her own Uber there and back. She also bought him a 4 for 4 from Wendy and a backwood. Rest well, King. You can do it all again tonight. So basically, the guy is a bum. I wish I could show it on. I don't know why this. Let me see if I can. Maybe it's better. I think it's better. Yeah, the backlighting was. That's it right there. That's the guy. And there were some few comments on there, and one of my I like to regard as my sister. She commented on there on the page. Um, my Jamaican, one of my Jamaican sweetheart, she commented on here too. Said they just, he said these men are just idle. Um, the idle ones who choose to be about nothing If he have a mind and capabilities to change his way of life around, he desire a change. Maybe she didn't type that well. These are just the okay. She said these are just the ideal ones who choose to be about nothing. He have a mind and capability to change his ways of life around if he desires to change. All right, so my cousin's wife. Um, I'm not gonna mention her name. Anyway, um, she said men aren't what they are used to be, and that is not a compliment. And I disagree with her. I wholeheartedly disagree with her. Um, but she feels that's her perspective and it's her opinion, and I respect it. But I will talk about why I disagree with her. I just don't disagree just to disagree. I'll talk about why I disagree with her statement. I felt that was a broad brush, and the reason, and I will come back to her statement. Um, my ex girlfriend's sister, my ex sister in law, we're still cool. Um, she said, "So sad, but damn true." Well, the statement is true. It's not about the man. The whole statement in the meme, it says somewhere in America there are 8 women fighting each other to be with this guy that seems to be lazy. The statement is not about him. The statement is about the women. Okay? It's 3 p.m. and he's sleeping like a baby after a long night of playing his PS5 and smoking weed and drinking Hennessy and smashing the night chick. This is a typical Pookie and Ray Ray, Jamal, Leroy, Devontae, whatever, right? No offense to anybody's name that is Leroy. I have a couple of friends that, um, hey, I have a friend, he's on my Instagram. Hey, no digs at you, Leroy is Leroy. Come on, the name Leroy. Most of the guys that I met that Leroy are usually in the streets, but I'm not trying to generalize. But anyway, it's not about the man's laziness. It's about the women that go for this kind of men. So this is what baffles me sometimes in the dating market or relationships in general. The men that are about nothing have a lot of women. Maybe that's just my perception. That's just my perception. The Pookies and Ray Rays, right? They have a lot of women on that level. And I use that word on that level because it's a social class thing. You know, the hood thing, you got the hood dudes and you got the hood females. It is what it is. I didn't create society. Then you have the 6 figure guys, the people that make 6 figures, and there's variety of those guys. The 6 foot tall guy making 6 figures, and usually your athletes. The other people that are making 6 figures, like rappers and stuff, but this just because they're rappers and they're multi-millionaire does not mean they're not Pookie and Ray Ray. Let's just keep it a buck, okay? The problem with the problem with let me not say the problem. The reason why I disagree with the statement here, because I'm just using your statement, okay? It's nothing against you. You say men aren't what they used to be, and that's not the compliment. The reason why I disagree with it because this is the notion, this is the narrative that men are just lazy, and it's not true. That's the narrative, but we forgot that what is actually seen in media and in social media and all this stuff is this Pookie Ray Ray noise. Pookie and Ray Ray noise. So it looks like men are not what they used to be because that's what we see. But what we're seeing is not actual truth. Okay. 51%, especially black men, 51% of black men are in the middle class and are childless. unmarried and childless. 51% of black men are in the middle class. What's middle class? If you're making anywhere from what 30 grand towards your towards 75K, you're in the middle class. Then you have your lower middle class, your regular middle class, and your upper middle class. So from 75K to 150K is pretty much upper middle class. Then 150K and above, you're kind of like high earning. Even from 100K up, you're high earning, but you're still in the middle class, but you're upper middle class. I think 100 to 120K. From 150K, you're like, you're seeing some money. But anyway, 51% of black men, and this is the image, the problem with her statement. Oh, no, let me not personalize. I apologize. The problem with that statement, and most black women hold that view, right? It's just propaganda that men are not what they used to be. Men are doing better. The men of today are doing better in producing and contributing to the American society way better than when it was under Jim Crow or segregation, Reconstruction. Okay, and that's just facts. If 51% of black males are married and childless, they're making money. So who's marrying those men? The problem is that black men are not lazy. It's just the image of black men is a problem. And we need to change that narrative. You know, we need to change that narrative. The image of black men, the black male image is a problem. We are seen as lazy, we are seen as less ambitious. And who's controlling this image is from the movie industries, feminism, and a whole lot of BS. Or black men are controlling, black men are abusive, black men only know how to go to jail, black men are this, black men are that. But 51% of these black men that are childless and unmarried, most of them work blue collar jobs. Blue collar, the electricians, the construction workers, the builders, the maintenance supervisors, they work with their hands. They're in the military. I was in the Navy, and I was a deck seaman for 2 years. I worked with my hand. And as a deck seaman, you don't get no respect. They look down on you because you're always dirty. They look at you at the bottom class. And anybody that was on the ship with me will tell you, will confirm this. They look down on blue collar men, and most black men that are in the middle class are blue collar men. It's either women want to go for the 6 foot, 6 figure guys, or they want to go for men that are in white collar jobs. A lot of black men are not in white collar jobs. And that's just the fact. It's on the US Bureau of Census. I did a video on it. There's more blue collar black men than white collar black men. So for me, I work in government, so it's a white collar job, whatever. And I still can get pool. I've been divorced for what, 6 years, and I've not been able to get into a steady relationship or find somebody to marry. And I thought the problem was me, but nah, this is a cultural problem. Okay? It's a cultural problem. We look down on the black man. And I'm not trying to accuse my cousins, my sister, that that's what she's doing. I'm just saying that a lot of black women hold that false narrative and hold that false perception of black men that black men are not what they used to be. Black men are thriving. If a black man works two jobs, he works in Circle K gas station and he works at Subway and he's earning like $40,000 a year, don't he deserve to get a wife? But no, he broke. Can't buy you a Birkin bag, can't buy you Gucci shoes, you know. But I bet you he's in an apartment, two-bedroom apartment. But anyway, I just wanted to just touch on that because it's gonna go into these text messages this text conversation I had with this one female that I had on Plenty of Fish, and the dating range, the age range in that website or even in Facebook dating is from 37. Most of it is 37 years of age, women to their to 48, to 46, 48. These are the women that are currently in the dating market with a whole bunch of children. This is what I see every time I swipe left and I swipe right, trying to see if I can get someone to come talk to me. Right? So I met this female. I'm not going to mention her name. I'm just going to talk about the conversation. 41-year-old female, 2 kids. She has kids and she don't want any other kids. And anyway, she gave me a number, hit up, whatever. I said, good morning. I said, good morning, it's TJ. Because she gave me a number. I wanted her to have my number. She's like, hey. I said, hey. I said, what's up? I said, get ready to go to work. What about you? She just got up from work. You work nights? Yes. I'm like, what do you do? Customer service for Instacart. I'm like, oh, okay. I use them, for grocery shopping. I'm like, you going to sleep? She like, laugh aloud, cool, maybe I have to talk to you then. Maybe I've talked to you then. She was referring if I've ever called them for any customer service issues, and maybe she may have talked to me on the phone. I'm like, not really. Anyway, and I asked her what part of town she was staying. I'm not going to reveal that. I asked her whether she drives. She said yes. Why? I said, I need to know if you're mobile. What if I want? Oh, no. I'm not going to talk about that. She was asking me why am I trying to find out if she drives. Yeah, I'm trying to find out if you drive. I'm going to go ahead and skip some of this conversation. She was talking about dating and looking for connection and all that stuff, right? Oh, hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna start from here. I should have brought my water here. If I didn't go get water, excuse me. I never like standing up in my videos, but I had to. My throat is getting dry. My apologies. So, after a bunch of conversation, then she asked me, how old are you? I don't think I asked. I said, I'm 40. She said, oh, yeah? When's your birthday? Yeah, I'm like, September. She's like, oh, you're a Virgo. What day? Lawful, by the way, my name is da-da-da. I said, you tell me yours. She said, my what? Your birthday. She said, June 12th. I'm like, Gemini, nice to meet you. Right? Then she said, yeah, what day is yours? Why did you need to know mine first? This is where the masculine energy is coming out. Straight masculine energy. I expected that. That was a trigger. When I'm talking to a female, I put subtle remarks and try to test their femininity and how they respond. So, yep, what day is yours? Why did you need to know mine first? I'm lost. And I told her my birthday. Then she's like, you're a difficult one. I see. Laugh aloud. So what are you doing awake? Because I'm working from home. And she's texting me. So laugh aloud. People keep calling me. I say, you working tonight? She said, no, I'm off until Sunday. So any plans for the weekend? She said, not really. Maybe good, maybe going gambling. I don't gamble. I said, where you from? She said, Cali. And she asked me, am I from San Diego because of my area code? I said, I was stationed there twice. I lived in Los Angeles, Sacramento too. So, okay, you were military? I said, yeah, veteran, Navy. And I said, okay, happy late Veterans Day. I said, gracias. Okay. Then this is where the conversation really got like instead going those man, this whole conversation made me, you know what, let me go ahead and keep reading this. This is where the conversation really started. And she said, so why you single? Dot 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 dot. My grandpa was in the Navy. You just got like 50 points. Laugh aloud. Oh, I took it like a flood. Then this is what I said. And I stand by it. I said, there are no quality wives out here. There are women, but there are no wives. Two different things. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean you're a wife. Okay? I already done the functions of a husband, so I'm already a husband, confirmed. Okay? But wife and women are two different things. You can't just marry a woman and just say that's my wife. Yeah, that's a title, but she has to act in the capacity of that title, wife. She said, well done. Laugh aloud, explain. I said, there's no quality. Then she said, there's no quality men in Vegas either, but we know what kind of town this is. Then I'm like, define quality men. Because you just got into an intellectual conversation. You just drove into that cliff. Okay. So let's have this conversation. So before you say or argue your point, these men that you are claiming are low quality came from the matriarchy and the gynarchy. But there are more men than wives in this country. This is why I stated that. So what I find is that when I say something, people don't pay attention to what I say. They usually get triggered emotionally and they become defensive, or they start throwing insults, or either they become defensive or show some kind of displeasure or irritation or whatever because they didn't actually listen to what I'm saying or read what I wrote. Then she said, quality men to me means men that are looking to build something with one woman. That's her definition of quality men. That's her definition to her. So I gave it to her because that's how she defined it to her. She said, quality men to me means a man that is looking to build something with one woman and not play games and cheat. Then I asked, where in nature does a male mammal species stick to one female? Because we as human beings, we are animals first. You can keep deceiving yourself because we live in some form of civilization and society with rules and laws and the internet and planes and cars and bridges and all this stuff. We are animals. I've always said the principles of natural order, while it happens visibly in the jungle, also happens here in concrete jungles, same principles, different ecosystem. I've said it constantly. Then she said, we are not animals, we are humans. I expect my man to be with just me, unless he wants me to also play around. Oh, wow. It's getting contentious. That's the way I lost my voice. My voice is coming back slowly. So, first off, we are animals. This is not a fight to argue. Second, women cannot be men. And if you don't want your man to cheat, you do your job. Do your damn job. If you don't want your man to cheat, do your job. Right? I.e., empty his balls, feed him, be submissive and be cooperative. What's wrong with that? If you're emptying your man's balls, he's not going to have the energy or time trying to go out there and find Keisha, Jessica, Laquana, Shanae. He's not going to have the energy. He's always going to go back to you. Okay? And that's most men. I'm not saying all men. Okay? Then she comes back. She said, we are not animals. Laugh my ass off at all. Do my job. Say animals can't think and make decisions. And I would told you animals can't think and make decisions. What do you think happens in the jungle day in and day out? Animals make the wrong decision, they get eaten. They make the wrong decision, they can't eat. It's called the ecosystem for a reason, the food chain. But I was not in the mood to teach her zoology or National Geographic or Channel. I was trying to stay on topic. Then I still said, man and woman are animals. How you arguing me on this? And who told you animals don't think? Then she said, they can't. That's why dogs fuck anything. Excuse my language, but there's going to be some swear words, and I'm already exactly the way it is. She said, I said they can't. I said they can't. That's why dogs fuck anything, and I'm not willing to compromise and lower my standards. Now, this is where I said ratcheting up the conversation, right? I'm not willing to compromise or lower my standards to men that can't think and go around fucking anything that's walking. This is where, again, it ties back to the image of black men. The image of black men is just trash. You see a brother in a suit, and they'll still treat him as a nigga. Can't even smile to a brother that's wearing a tie. Why am I getting smiles from non-black women when I'm all dressed up? But for my black sisters that share my reflection, you know about to talk to me, you know about to get this number, that attitude face. Okay? And this is exactly what is, conveyed in this text. Again, if I go back to the comments on that Instagram post, say men are not being what they need to be, and that's not the compliment. Again, this goes back to the image, trashing the image of the black heterosexual man. All right. I said, first off, dogs are living and existing in their nature. What standards are you talking about? Well, that's my definition of quality men. I'm not going to settle for anything less. If he can't be with one woman, he's not for me. So I said, what I'm hearing is that you can't or do not want to compete. See, this is the thing about women. Women feel like you can't compete for black men. Black women especially feel like they can't compete for black men. And even when you get the black man that you want, you still need to compete to keep him. That's straight facts. You still need to compete to keep him. You still need to be in shape. You still need to look beautiful for your man. You still need to do your work as a wife and empty his balls, feed him, and do all this other stuff in the house and feed his kids and make sure that he comes back to you. You need to compete. That's competing. But black women, when they get the black man that they want, most times they don't get the men that they want. Or even if they have the men that they want, they just think that you're just going to sit down there and have your bills paid and you're just going to be fat and not compete. You don't think Keisha, Luquana, Jessica is looking at your man. Even your girlfriends that you're going on hot girl summer with. My girlfriend, my bestie, you think your bestie's not looking at your man. You out of your damn mind, man. Okay? So what I'm hearing is like you can't or you do not want to compete. You just want a man that's just gonna come be with you and he's not gonna cheat. And he's just gonna be your lapdog. And I'm not saying that you should not get a man that should cheat on you, but that's the thinking. If he's cheating, if he can't stay with one woman, he's not for me. Men in our nature is to spread our seed. That is our biology. Monogamy is not a thing. Monogamy is just this new modern civilization thing that we practice now. It's 8 billion people in this world, and you think it's monogamy? You out of your damn mind. Anyway, let me keep going. Oh, my voice. I apologize. She said, definitely not. I will never compete for a man's attention. Laugh out loud. Definitely not. I will never compete for a man's attention. She's not even that pretty. And I'm not trying to knock on this chick. Men are visuals. We see. We see what we like. Or we compromise. But we are visual. Then I told her, be prepared to be alone. But the man has to go out and compete to maintain and keep you, right? For us to have wives, we have to go out into the world and compete. Compete for a position, compete to get work 2 jobs and increase our earning potential and bring that money back to pay for the castle and the light bill and the water and the sewage and the trash and school fees and diapers and food, groceries and gas, air in the tires. A lot of things that the man has to do, and that's competition out there. Because guess what? At your job, you get a performance appraisal, right? They tell you this is what you're expected to do. For you to meet certain level of performance, this is what you're expected to do. So you start competing against yourself to do better. We compete every day. And if you're going to your job as a customer service personnel like Instacart, are you not competing? You're providing customer service for a food delivery service to make them look good. So why can't you have that same attitude whenever, if you have a man or if you want a man? I don't understand that mentality. All right? Because if I have a wife, I'll always compete to make sure that she's comfortable. You put your life out there on the line. You go there and you kiss ass. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. You brown nosing. You're trying to do everything right. You're playing all these politics so you can get that bread to maintain the wife. That's competition. Anyway. Then she said, laugh aloud. Nah, never. I will never make a man compete to be with me either. Like she's some shit. If I love him and he loves me, we are going to be together and we're going to do what we need to do to stay happy. See, that's the thing what people don't understand. Marriage is not about happiness. Marriage is duty. The relationship part of marriage is what you need to compromise to get your happy moments, because it's not a straight happy shot. I'm just with this chick who is now my wife, and we don't argue, we don't have differences. It's impossible. But while in that relationship, you compromise, you communicate, you work together. That's why marriage has to be treated like a business, like your organization. And you get your happiness moments by moments. But even then, happiness comes from within. My wife to be, or whoever is going to be my wife, is not her responsibility to make me happy. I have to find my own happiness. Hopefully she has to find her own happiness and we'll come together. Anyway, This is that Disney stuff. Um, if if I love him and he loves me, we are going to be together and we're going to do what we need to do to stay happy. I'm too old for games and competition, and that's not what I'm looking for. And this is what I said. I said I blame this on too much love movies and Disney and Color Purple and Tyler Perry, and I don't need to know. I don't need the man. I don't need. I need. No, I don't need. I don't need no man culture. She's like, I don't know what that means, but I wasn't. I was in a 15-year relationship. She didn't tell me in the app when we were having a conversation in the app that her longest relationship was 15 years, and she wasn't married. And I asked her why. You were in a relationship for 15 years. That's technically marriage. It's pretty much common in law. She's like, well, I chose not to, but then I didn't want to go deep into her business. Then she brought it up. I didn't bring it up. She brought it up. Say, I don't know what that means, but I was in a 15-year relationship and neither of us ever cheated. Keyword, she was in a 15-year relationship and that's the relationship that ended. She said she didn't cheat and her ex did not cheat. She said neither of us cheated, so I can't relate. I don't deal with men that cheat. I'm all right. I'm about to stick some holes in your whole BS argument. I said, how come you did not marry him? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. 15 years? Question mark. And she said, and I actually don't watch any of those channels and have never seen any of those movies that you're referencing. Why? Because I wasn't in love with him. He was with this man for 15 years. She wasn't in love with him, but I stayed with him because, she stayed with him because, he provided me with stability. This man that she was with for 15 years provided her with stability. Stability, the thing that women look for in relationships, in marriage. The thing that women seek. If you're wise enough, if you're not looking at the things that distract you, these are the things you need to look for in a man. Does he have the capacity to provide stability? What does stability means? Give you a place to stay, pays your bills, covers you as a man, protects you, provide, protect. He problem solves with you. And what did he do? Procreate, because they got 2 children. I was shocked. This was the face. Ah, man. Let me bring down this right here. I don't know. See? Bam. Oh, my God. She said, basically, what you're describing sounds like a desperate woman settling for nonsense, something I will never do. I'm like, Then I told her, I think quality men are avoiding you. It's not that there's no high quality men. You said there's no quality men at all. But the thing is not the fact that there's no quality men. There is quality men. They're just avoiding you. And boom, she got upset. Who's going to marry somebody like that? You're with your ex for 15 years. You said the man did not cheat. He did not cheat on you. And he provided you stability. He protected you. He provided. He problem solved. And he procreated with you. He was the man. And you left him because you were not in love with him? Get out of your damn mind, man. You deserve a slap. I'm not advocating violence against women. I'm not advocating violence against women. But damn, you know what I'm saying? She said, laugh my ass off. Not really. It has been my choice. Yeah, your choice. I'm single by choice, age of 41. Okay. I said, yep, I'm not surprised you're saying so because I just knew the kind of stuff that she's going to keep spilling, the BS. All right. Then she said, I just don't really date in Vegas. And dating is new to me. Yeah, because you've been away for 15 years. The way you were dating before you hooked up with this guy 15 years ago is not the way dating is today. And you expect to come out here looking for a quality man. You just left a quality man. You just abandoned a quality man. I don't even know this guy. I don't even know both of them. I've never met her. We were just talking on text message. But I feel bad for the guy. All right. I just recently became single, and I'm not quick to jump into anything with anyone. I said, I said, where's your ex? Nearby, attempting to work things out, but I'm not sure that's what I want. That's your husband. Go work things out. Dear wife. Laugh a lot, like I said, I'm not sure that's what I want. Once I'm done weighing my options, what options do you have? You're on POF. You're on plenty of fish. Okay? Once I'm done weighing my options and choose what's best for my life and future, then we will see. But I'm not in a rush to do anything. One thing I've never had a problem with is men. But she said she can't find quality men. But she's never had a problem having a man. This is the braggadocious woman that thinks she's a goddess queen. I'm not settling. So now, I said, yeah, let me read that stuff again. Laugh aloud, like I said, I'm not sure what I want. Once I'm done weighing my options and choose what's best for my life and future, then we will see. But I'm not in a rush to do anything. One thing I've never had a problem is is one thing I have a problem with is men. I say, yeah, the men you called low quality. You're 41 years old. Because now this time I'm like, man, I'm not even upset. I'm just putting her in that place. Like she should. Yeah, I stand by that. The men out here aren't too good, which is why I don't date out here. She's saying Las Vegas. Okay. Same men as the same men around the country and around the world. And she could say usually. I said, well, choices are being made for you. She said, I'm 41, not 21, which I know. And that's why whatever decision I make is important. No choices are being made for me. That is why I'm here browsing and seeing what to avoid. You are browsing on plenty of fish and different websites to see what to avoid of men. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I said, sheesh. I said, keep browsing for men. Shake my head. You had one that provided and did not cheat. And you're talking about love? Yes, because love is also important. Money isn't everything. And it took me a minute to figure that out. I have two jobs. I have two jobs and a business. I can provide myself stability. Okay. How are we supposed to know? How am I supposed to know you have two jobs? No, men don't care about your jobs. That man, when he was providing for you, did he really care about your jobs and your business? I'm sure he probably paid for it. Yeah, you are shitting on the same man that provided stability for you for 15 years, shitting on this dude. And you can just provide him basic functions of being a wife to the father of your two children. Talking about you're weighing your options. You know what's good for you. I wasn't in love with him, but you were with him for 15 years. Long-term marriages, people go in and out of love. You got to find yourself. It's not the love. The love is always going to be there, but it's the like. We conflate like and love for two different things. I can love somebody, but I might not like them. I love them from a distance. I stay away. But as far as like, I don't like them. I know somebody that I feel like this about. I love that person, but I don't like this who they are. So I stay away. I might be in love, but we're growing apart a little bit. It's actually the like, because I'm doing things that she's not liking about me, and she's doing things I'm not liking about her. Okay, where do we meet in the middle so that we can like each other more? When you like each other, you cultivate the love. Again, I said Disney movies, and she's like, I don't watch those movies, but she's just telling me everything about Disney movies in her conversations. Man, I'm going too far with this thing. Then she said, again, this is exactly like what women like to say. And I read it in that post on the Instagram meme that I was talking about earlier before this text conversation. This is what like women like to say. Laugh a lot. We are all entitled to our opinions, and that's mine. I'm not settling for nonsense, and definitely not for men that cheat. I was raised by a really strong police officer. I never saw him cheat or be a dishonest man, and I'm not accepting anything less, which is what he taught me. I'm like, you ain't saying anything I haven't heard before. And I said, how many kids you have? Then she said, well, that's what it is. And she said, two. I said, from your ex? She said, yes, they are 12 and 15. Gender, my son is 12 and my daughter is 15. Well, they're in puberty age. Imagine you already have two teenage kids in puberty age, and you're out there looking for men. One of the things that I don't do, I like to, I'm very wary of when I was dating single mothers or baby mamas or whatever it is, was if they have a daughter, especially in puberty age, I tend to stay away. I tend to stay away. Because you don't want this girl, she might have a problem with you. She might have daddy issues and all kinds of problems. All kinds of problems, man. She can say, oh, you looked at her or you touched her. It's a recipe for all kinds of problems. She has a 15-year-old daughter. I'm sure our 15-year-old daughter has developed some breasts, a little bit of hips and calves. And a man comes to live with you who is not her father. That's a potential problem. I'm not saying that's exactly what's going to happen, but there's a potential problem right there. And it happens in America every day. Jamal touched me. What are you supposed to do? You're not going to believe your daughter? What if it's actually true that, because these women, I don't want to go into that. I don't want to go into that because there's been men that have been falsely accused of sexually molesting the girlfriend's kids, and there's been men that have actually done it, and the women didn't believe them. All right. Then she said, laugh out loud. No, she's not pregnant. I didn't ask for that information. She doesn't date yet. She's focused on her college and becoming a criminal investigator. Okay, yeah. And my son is a little baby. I said, I did not say that. I said they're in puberty. What does puberty and pregnant have to do with each other? There's a reason why I said they were in puberty. Because you are out here in the dating scene talking about I don't date in Vegas, I date outside of Vegas. So a man that you want to date, if he wants to come see you, he has to fly in to come see you, right? With your 15-year-old daughter in the house. Or even some Even boys get abused these days. I can't believe this, man. So I said, okay, let's say you want what you want. What do you have to offer to a new man that you haven't given to your ex-husband? And she got mad. You have nothing to offer a man. Your youth is gone. You already have 2 children from somebody else. You're probably not gonna have kids for your new man. Talking about settling. Any man that wishes to be with you, he's the one that is going to settle, not you. And women like you are side chicks. I didn't want to tell her that. You're side chick. Talking about, I want a man that doesn't cheat. You had a man that didn't cheat. You had a man that you left that still wants you back. And you shit on him. To me, because you thought I'm a prospect coming into your life. I bind that cast in Jesus' name. And I'm going to end this conversation right here. This is what I'm talking about. The delusions are the all-time high, people. And this is just one of the text messages. One of them. I have about 3 or 4. And I'll do more videos on this. Delusions are the all-time high pipe one. It is crazy. How they trash the black man, the heterosexual black man, his image is just to the very bottom in the gutter. No respect. Talking about men are not what they used to be no more. No offense to you, sister, but I'm just saying what the narrative that most black women hold against black men. Meanwhile, 51% of black men is single, childless, and in the middle class. What are you talking about? Black men are doing way better from slavery days, from the Jim Crow days, segregation days, from the 80s. Black men are doing more better. We're not there yet. We're not there yet, but we're doing more better. Yes, they're earning 40K, 42K, 50K. It might not be that much, but black men are doing better. Stop shitting up on black men. I'm sick and tired of this stuff, man. Yes, I did some black men that are just the regular Pookie and Ray Rays and lazy people. That's cut across all spectrums of men. You're always going to find unproductive men in every society. In every society, there's always unproductive men. Women are saying there's no men, there's no quality of men. You women are chasing the same men, the same group of men. So the same group of men have access, has options, because everybody is chasing him. So he has options to choose. He has options to, okay, I'll sleep with you today, and I'll mess with you today, I'll mess with Keisha tomorrow. Because Keisha, Bukisha, Lakwana, and everybody wants him. Because he has some money. You're talking about building with a man. She's talking about she wants to build with a man and a man that does not cheat. She had a man that she was with for 15 years. 15 years. Had 2 children by this man. She said he did not cheat. He provided. He provided stability. She's talking about I ended things because she wasn't in love. The delusion. And she's out here expecting to find a man that is going to be with her and not cheat. And she has 2 children. I got 2 jobs and a business. What does that do for a man? What do you have to offer that you haven't offered the children, the father of your children, the one that you stayed with for 15 years? Nothing. Nothing new. But I'm going to end this conversation here because I'm going to go to sleep. I was really passionate on this one. Of the black man's image, the heterosexual black man image in this country. That's what we fight against every day. Every time we go to work, we fight against our image. Every time the police sees us, that's the image. And our black women look at us as trash, and it pisses me off. Have a good night.